But the other thing that's interesting that people used to say is you can't have all three in life: a social life, money, and then what's the other one?
I've heard that saying before. What is the other one? Let me Google it real quick.
Yeah, it's
Social life, money, and passion. I
yeah,
don't know.
or it's like I think it's hobby. I don't know.
Women.
You can't have women. You can't have all three. Let me see.
Hello, everyone. This is Third PHP, and welcome back to the Artcast podcast. And I'm here with my co-host Didi Mark, and we're here with another guest. It's not a new guest this time, and you guys might know who he is. It's Monitor Comics.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Monitor is like a regular on this podcast at this point. Like he's gonna come back 17 times a year. You might as well just get used to his voice. To be honest with you.
I will.
Yeah, he can even be like on every episode. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway,
Okay.
today we're gonna talk about influencer and relationships and things. Is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about like mental health. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff, but if we could put it under an umbrella, it'd be just like being an artist online. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about mental health stuff, making friends online as an artist, parasocial relationships. We're gonna be talking about like just being an artist, kind of how to maintain that lifestyle, the things to look out for, everything that can be under that umbrella. And I'm excited to get into it. And I think Monitor here will give a lot of good insights, especially since he's hosting it's not even a competition, like an event right now, Manga May, and a bunch of manga artists online are like participating. So I feel like he has a lot to say on the topic. So where do we even start? Where do we even start? Third, you want to start with making friends online, since that's the most mellow, because I feel like the more we go on, the more angry or emotional we're gonna get, because it's gonna get a little weird. When we start talking about like Parasocial Fans and stuff like that.
Yeah. We can start with making friends online. I don't know. Like, first of all, it's easy to make friends online if you're a small content creator, I guess, because you can just DM people. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have much followers and you DM the same people who have the same numbers as you, it would be easy. But if you're like DMing someone who has like 2 million followers, that's impossible.
Yeah, they probably won't get back to you. They probably won't even see.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What do you think, Monitor?
Yeah, I was gonna say that numbers thing is interesting, right? So it's like, if you have 100 followers, are you only allowed to be friends with people with 100 followers? Because I've had people like DM me before saying, "How come you're not friends with smaller creators? Why are you only friends with like other big artists or other YouTubers?"
Yeah,
that's like interesting, right? Because like you don't want to be that person who like
discriminates based on numbers.
Number walls or whatever that's called. Like, who mega low are you? But
it kind of seems douchebaggy, right? But now that you say, we're not assholes. I think if I could break it down to like a science, I think the explanation would be people who tend to have smaller followers, they tend to be around the same skill level, right? And it's like, yeah, you're a small follower, and like I'm sure you're a nice guy and all that, but it's like I already don't know you, right? And goddamn, this is gonna sound mean, but like your skills are not, So it's like, what's the point of being friends with you? Like we're not gonna learn off each other. There's no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's easier to make that initial connection when you see someone who's like probably of the same skill, and you kind of have that kind of mutual respect. So it's like, okay, I can be friends with this person because we're at the same level. We can learn from each other. We can grow from each other. As opposed to someone who's a smaller follower. At that point, they're just a leech, because you're not learning anything from them. They're learning from you. Again, I'm sure they're nice people, but it's difficult to make that initial connection to recognize, this person's cool. I want to be friends with that person. If there's no the what's the word? Like the igniting reason, and the igniting reason would be, they have good art. And I will say, I have mutuals with a lot of people with much smaller followers than me. And those people who have smaller followers than me, I view them as underrated. So like their skills are like, they either are on my level, or I think they're better than me. You know what I mean? But they have smaller followings. So it's not like I'm discriminating off of following. It's mostly skill level, to be honest with you, personally.
I see. So basically, what you said is that it would be better to be business partner or friends, quote unquote, with someone who has the same level as you, to I guess be rival together, because you guys have.
Yeah, it's not even like just to be rival with each other.
So it's like, not always, but it's like when you see someone who has the a high level, it ignites your passion compared to someone who doesn't have that as a high level with you. So
It's like the skill is like that's the reason you want to be friends with them. Like if you're a small,
because you
content
benefit
creator,
from
yeah.
them.
It's like I don't really like your art. I mean, no offense, you're still like a young creator or something. So I'm not a fan of your art. I don't know your personality, so I'm not gonna reply to your messages if you're just sending me nonsense. You know what I mean? As opposed to like. Yeah, someone who has like who might have a big following, or if they don't have a following, they're a very good artist, and they message me, I'm gonna reply. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the way it is for me personally.
I think there's like the power dynamic too, where it's like other content creators know what you're going through. So
that's
like
true.
there's so many people DMing us all the time. There's people that always want things from us. You don't know who wants to be your friend, who wants something from you. But when you see another content creator, you're like, damn, I know they're going through the exact same thing. So I'm like more willing to give them a chance first. Than,
that's true. That's very
random person on the internet.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and people with smaller followers, smaller followers than you. Yeah, and on that point, they tend to make it a little weird. Like the dynamic, even like when you first meet them, the conversation is like they put you on this kind of pedestal because you just have an arbitrary number. You know what I'm saying? And it makes the interaction uncomfortable. Like to be honest with you, it does.
I feel like they idolize you too much.
I feel like it doesn't work when it's like that because when they put you on like a pedestal, it's already like, damn, we can't like see each other as like equals because you're already like looking at me in like a golden light when I'm not like perfect.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's uncomfortable.
I feel like it'd be interesting to talk about how we met because like I had no clue who Third was when we met, but I felt like that was good because like I found out afterwards that Third had this big TikTok following, and I was like, oh, what the hell? I was literally just like, who megaloing him?
Yeah. I thought Third for me, I guess. Damn, I'm like the one small follower that I actually won with Third, because like. I was a fan, bro. Like I was much smaller than Third, and I was just genuinely looking for advice, and Third just gave me advice, and I kept coming back looking for more advice. I wasn't trying to be his friend, you know. And I think
the thing is, Didi, is your DM are so much different compared to the people who idolize me. You were genuinely looking for advice, while people are like, oh, bro, I love your art so much, you know. But you were straightforward. You're like, okay, I like your art, but I need advice. How do I get better? Then I was like, oh, this dude's cool. I checked your Instagram account. I was like, oh, I'm gonna follow this dude. He looks good. You know, he draws well. And it was the same for Monitor. We met at my live, I think, Monitor. Then I was like, I watch your YouTube vids. I actually watched them during the pandemic, and that's how we met. And you didn't even know who I was. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's funny.
Because I think during the pandemic, I think I found Cree Manga first, who was creating art on Instagram, and I really liked her art, so I followed her. And she was like the first person I saw regularly going live on Instagram, and I didn't even know that was a thing that people were doing. And so like I saw her doing it, and then I saw that she had these group of friends, and Third was streaming. That's how I met Louis Art too. Yeah, and like Winter and like all these other artists that were there, and I know, right? It's the OG crew that was in there, but I remember watching that, and I was like, damn, this is cool that they're just like drawing together. I didn't even know people did that. And so like during one of the streams, I think Third went live or something, and I was in that chat or whatever. And then that's how I like found out Third. And then Third was like, yeah, I watch your videos. And I was like, what the hell? And then one time I decided to go live because I was like, it just feels cool. Like, let me try that. And that was my very first time live streaming ever. I never did anything on YouTube or anything yet with like live streaming.
Damn.
And I was so like nervous and like I was panicking and choking. Like I didn't know what to say. I was trying to draw at the same time. And then I saw Third in the comment section being like, bro, can I draw with you? And I was like, oh, please get in here. Like, I didn't even think like, who are you? I just thought, oh, like I recognize him. He seemed like a nice person in that live stream. I'll just bring him in. And then that's how we started talking. But like, I felt like that was cool because that was like a equal balance thing where it was like, I didn't idolize him. I didn't know who he was. Yeah. And like, it was cool. It was cool like meeting that way. I felt like.
That's a good way. That's a good way to meet. It's like, it's more natural when you for sure have that like
it felt genuine.
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, I recognize this name because I see this person doing work that I like in some way or something, or I've seen them do something that I respect, or they know somebody that I know that I respect, and it's like it's more natural that way as opposed to you just sliding in our DMs out of nowhere. I like you, be my friend. It's like, okay, buddy, chill out, you know. It gets a little weird.
And I think when I met DD Mark too, I was already with Saturday AM when you came in. So I remember seeing your entry, and I was like, "Oh, his stuff was good."
Yeah.
I don't remember who DM'd who or how we met or whatever.
Yeah, me neither. I was trying to think about it. How do we what initiated the friendship? You know what I'm saying? Like I remember we weren't friends when I did the Summer of Manga because I remember you like reviewing it and like you were speaking highly of it. And I was like, oh my god, the Monitor Comics like my shit because I used to watch your videos. You know what I'm saying? But I don't remember how we kind of like started talking. You know what I'm saying? I just remember, oh shit, he knows me. And then suddenly, we know each other. We talk now,
I feel like it probably happened naturally where it was like either I commented on something you did because I just genuinely liked your art, or like maybe I commented or you commented or something like that, and then it was in the DMs talking about something. Yeah. And then at one point you were like, I'm thinking about YouTube, and I think that's when we like started like talking more.
Oh shit, that is true. It's true. Yeah. It's when Monitor Comics is the reason my fucking YouTube channel exists. Because it was like.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about this in a podcast, right?
Yeah, we did. That is how we kind of became close. I guess I asked him for YouTube advice, and he sent me an essay. Like
yeah, I did. I essayed.
He sent me a whole goddamn thesis, and like I'm like, damn, bro, this man is like mad helpful. And like I kept on coming back, asking questions about like every time I ran into something, I had to every step of the way, and it kind of just became kind of like natural at that point. You know what I'm saying? And then we started talking about what was going on in Saturday AM or what was going on in like in the art scene, and that's how we kind of started talking like that. Natural, that's the way to do it. But that leads me to, I guess, wants me to transition to the next thing I want to talk about, which is parasocial fans or parasocial relationships. Okay, do we want to give a definition? Does anybody not know what that is? Like, Monitor, can you like try to give a definition? I feel like you're the most, non-smooth brain one among us.
I think parasocial fans is like, I don't want to say it's like mental illness, but like it's when somebody like idolizes someone so much to the point that they think they're close. So like the easiest way to think about it is like a live streamer. They're always live. They're in their room talking to you. And when you're watching the screen, it feels like you're talking one-on-one, even though there's like thousands of people in this chat. So you start developing like a connection with them, and like
I was about to say when you were talking about streaming for the first time, Monitor, I was like, I think that's the first step to have a parasocial relationship with your followers, because they see you as a person, especially if you have a face cam and stuff. They see your personality, they fall in love with your you're funny or you're talented and stuff. And then I remember when I streamed on Twitch and I was very consistent, people started DMing me more like, oh dude, when are you gonna stream, what are you gonna do later the stream? Like they want to know my life. That might not be weird for them, but it was just a new experience for me when I received a DM of like, oh yeah, how are you, bro? Why did you stream today? They were genuinely.
I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, have you guys personally ever kind of had a parasocial relationship or anything close to that with another content creator, like somebody you might have looked up to? Personally,
no, I never did.
I've never had it. Personally.
I've never had it either. But there are content creators that I like watching a lot, and I'll watch them like every day. Like, I'll be real, I do watch Trash Taste a lot, but like, I think because I make content myself, I know that there's a line there where it's like, I feel like it's unhealthy to like something too much.
Of course. Yeah. I would say I'm fans of them, but I don't think they're my friends at all. You know what I'm saying? If I see them in public, I'd be like, oh shit, can I get a photo? And I take a photo. I'm not gonna be like, hang around and try to have a beer with them, bro. And they talk about that shit, that people try to do that shit. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cringe. You know what I mean? But I have Google pulled up here. Oh, sorry, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just saying, it's the same for me with the Vanessa Gaming Crew thing. Like I've watched them for more than 10 years now, and I still don't see them as a friend still. There's no like parasocial thing in between. I just like their stuff, but I never, like, I remember when they were talking about like a weird fan who went in a restaurant to meet them, and they wanted to hang out with them, and that was just so weird. That's like one of the parasocial
that's
thing
like
where a fan wants to hang out. And imagine like a friend of yours find you in a restaurant and they want to eat with you. That must be so weird.
Your fan, that should be weird, bro. I don't know if I could be I don't know if I could be polite. I probably end up like being a dick and like getting caught on camera. DD Mark is an asshole type shit.
I feel like you're allowed to though, right? That's like a boundary you can set. That like, you're out in your private life, like doing your own thing.
I don't know, bro. It's so uncomfortable. Like people just like whatever. But I have Google pulled up, okay? And according to Google, a parasocial interaction refers to a kind of psychological relationship experienced by an audience in their mediated encounters with performers in the mass media, particularly on television and on online platforms. That's the technical definition. I feel like we should give that. Okay. So what are some of your worst, do you have any experiences like with parasocial fans? If you could think of it like your worst one.
Oof. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to think. A lot.
Yeah, I feel like I've had so much. I kind of like, I don't know, bro. I've kind of sort of become numb to it. I notice it and I'm like, oh, bro, that's cringe, and I just keep moving. You know what I mean?
I got one that's like one of the earlier ones I remember because this is when I
Mhm.
first started blowing up because I blew up really quick when I
Yeah,
first
yeah.
started out.
Mhm.
But I think I only had like 10,000 at the time, and back then I like third. I thought it was cool that more people were DMing me and like were just interested in what I was doing. And there was this one account that was like a smaller account, but I just liked what they had to say a lot of the time. So like they were older than me. They had like a working job and all. They were just giving me like life advice sometimes where it was like I'll post something about like something childish or whatever, and they were like, it gets better when you're older. And like anyway, it was just
Oh,
something like that. Nah,
yeah.
it sounds sus when I'm saying it now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
Mhm.
anyway, like this guy was just like always chill to talk to. So like I didn't mind him like DMing me whenever. And then it got to a point where he was like, when are we gonna collab sometime? Like when are you gonna put me on your YouTube channel? When are you gonna shout out my comics?
Oh, yeah,
And
it
I
feels
was
so
like,
comfortable like that. Oh,
and
yo.
I don't even think I did collabs at the time. So I was like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. And they were like, bro, but I've been talking to you like all this time. And they're like they switched up like really quick. They were like, I'll pay you. Just like mention me on your YouTube channel. And like it got really weird. And like I had to end up blocking him. And then he like made a second account to message me. And like it got really
Oh,
weird
Jesus
to
Christ.
the
No, even
point
his
where
second account.
there was like
Jesus,
3 backup accounts for like different comics that he did, and like I was just like, bro, please leave me alone. And like after
bro.
that, I like stopped talking to like fans
Oh
like that
no.
because like when you're small, it's easy to talk to people. Your DMs aren't flooded, and like sometimes you do think of these people as friends because like you talk to them often. But
Yeah,
like
for
I was
sure.
like, I need to set a boundary after that because that just made me feel weird. Like I don't even think we were
Yeah.
friends to begin with after all that. Like
Mhm.
I don't
Oh
know,
my
man.
god, that is. Oh, I thought mine was bad, bro. He made a second account, bro. If this man knew where you lived, he probably would have fucking watched you through your windows. Jesus,
I know.
that's what he sounds like. My god, what about
And he
you,
was
sir?
older too.
He was older.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I had the same experience.
He was
but
like
I
a
think-
father age. Like he
Oh,
was like 30s. Like,
Bro, go get married or something. What are you doing bothering me, bro? Leave me alone. Jesus Christ, that's funny. What about you, third?
It was the same experience, but mine was a kid. He was like one of my followers. I talked to him before. This was like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and they were harassing one of my artist friends. I think it was I forgot. Oh fuck, Elias Art. Yeah. So they were harassing Elias Art privately. So I shared the DMs that Elias shared me, and I shared it on my story to tell them, oh, don't be like this guy. Don't do this. And he was like one of my followers, and he started saying sorry, a lot. And I'm like, okay, you're forgiven now. Leave me alone. But he
Mhm.
still kept spamming my message,
Oh,
so I
I
blocked
get
him.
that. I got
Yeah.
those a lot. I'll
Yeah,
leave
so-
you alone, and they keep fucking
So
spamming. Yeah.
so I blocked him, but he had like 3 another accounts too that he used to harass Elias.
Jeez. Oh my goodness, bro. People
And
are
then, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so he used those 3 accounts to harass my friend and also kept messaging me. So I blocked all of his accounts. It's like the same with Monitor, but just a kid. It was stupid.
Yeah, I've
I
had
don't
many like parasocial interactions, and it's mostly like this. It's like people just keep like they DM me, I don't know, like TikTok reels or Instagram reels.
they
You know what I'm
send
saying?
those to me all the time. Yeah.
And they're like, bro, hi, bro, check this out, bro. This shit is hilarious. Or like, I was watching your
Oh,
stream, bro.
yeah,
I would find this funny. It was like, oh my god, I get like hundreds of those. Like, that's the most common one. But there was one where I had interacted with this fan like a couple times, but like 2 or 3 times, bro. And I was pretty acid drawing back then, and I posted this drawing. And granted, the face looked terrible looking back on it now, but back then I was mad proud of it. And he was like, bro, these eyes look like terrible. I'm just looking out for you, man. And I was like,
those type of DMs.
and I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. And then he was like, bro, why are you getting so defensive, bro? I'm just trying to look out for you as your friend, bro. I'm like, bro, you're not my friend.
Bro,
And
I
he
had that
lost his
recently.
shit. Yeah, he lost his shit. And and he like was spamming me, bro. He was fucking video calling me on Instagram. Like he expected me to fucking pick up, bro. I don't know you. Bro, and he started like cursing me out. He's like, "This is why you're never gonna improve. You fucking suck. You're not gonna go anywhere,
Wait.
bro." And
I know.
about that, right?
Man.
Yeah. I
talked
told
about
you about that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had the same DM recently where the dude was like, "Oh, bro, the leg's too short. Trust, change it for me." And then
Bro.
I don't know, bro. It felt like he never saw my art. Like, oh shit, I can do legs. Okay,
Mhm.
he seemed, bro. He was like 16 years old. I saw their bio account. Even Black Hole was like, "Oh, child,
Mhm.
what the fuck happened to him?"
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, parasocial. Do you think they're bad? Do you think they're always bad? Or do you think it's abnormal? I think it's fairly normal in today's social climate, bro. You look at how
Yeah, but there's like
you know,
a certain point where it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to be a fan of someone. Like, I feel like that can help with escapism. Like, maybe you have you don't have that many friends in real life, so you go home and you watch your favorite like Twitch streamer. So in that sense, I feel like it's good to have that connection because it makes your life a little bit better. But I feel like there's a line you can't cross. Like, you know.
Yeah. For example, I think it's fine to think of influencers or whatever as your friends, but like I think you always have to subconsciously be aware that these motherfuckers are not your friend. Because I think for me it's a problem when you start acting out of pocket, like in the DMs or if you see them in person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fine if you're lonely and you don't have friends and you like to think, yeah, Connor and Joey and what's his face, Gaunt are my friends. You know, but I feel like you should subconsciously know they're not. As an adult, I don't know. I can't, maybe because I've never had that type of relationship. Maybe we should have brought somebody who has had a lot of parasocial relationships to speak on it. But I can never just rationalize how I, as a functioning adult, seeing these two motherfuckers on the screen that I've never met before, and start thinking they're my friends. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Weird to me.
I mean, there's a certain point where, like for me personally, where I was like, oh, I'm a big fan of this artist, and then suddenly it becomes my friend because I met them in real life.
That's what I want to talk about too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, the opposite, where you actually do become friends with someone you watched.
Yeah, exactly. So it's for me, it was with Black Hole because I was like, oh, this artist is cool, but I never really knew his personality. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna be a fan of his art, not his
personality. Yeah.
When I met him, he was so chill. He was so chilled. I was like, oh, this dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in my life forever.
Okay, buddy.
No,
you want to marry Black Hole.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, that's like me meeting an idol in real life. But there's also a moment when for example, with Kuzumori, I'm a big fan of his, but when I started talking to him, I was like, oh, this dude's chiller than everyone. Holy shit. It's not like in YouTube, in YouTube, his YouTube channel. And yeah. I think it's possible to be friends with someone you like. Just as long as you're not a dick to them or just you're kind to them. If they want to be friends, if you're genuine to them, if they want to be friends with you, then you're gonna be friends. But if they don't want to, then it's not their fault. Just that's life. Just keep.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with trying to be friends with. So I'll give an example. People who watch Trash Taste. What's his fucking face? The Asian guy that's always funny in their videos. Monitor, you know the guy I'm talking about? The funny guy, he barely speaks any English. What's his name?
The Asian guy?
Yeah. The Japanese dude that's always in their videos. Then, like, I think Connor met him drinking. Forget his name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They even went on a trip with him. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a whole documentary about the man, bro. What's his name?
Yeah. I forgot, but yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I think it's okay. You can try to shoot your shot, but don't be weird about it. Like, if you meet in real life, ain't like, oh my god, DD Mark's cool, I want to be his friend. And like you try, you notice I'm not fucking feeling it. Then don't push it, because if you try and I see that you're cool people, I'm gonna want to be your friend too. But if I'm like, I'm not really vibing with this person, I'm not even in the mood to make friends today, then don't make it weird. If I see, okay, here's a celebrity that I actually like. I barely like any fucking celebrities. Who do I like? Okay, this random Post Malone. He looks chill, man. If I met him in real life and I might try to like be friendly and see how he's feeling it. But if he's like obviously not trying to be friends or make it, then I'm not gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it happens,
there's this type of fans who are like, they're trying to DM you just to be friends with you, and if you reject their request, they will start hating you. And that's
that's why you ignore them.
Weird. Yeah, that's weird when they do that, because then it's like, were they even really trying to be your friend? Like,
yeah, especially when they even explicitly say, I want to be a friend. What the fuck do you want me to say to that? What,
exactly. But yeah.
And I just ignore it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it makes me mean, but I think it's better than me saying no and then you losing your mind. It's better that way. But
a question for you, both of you guys. Both of you. What do you suggest to fans, like to how to initiate conversation?
Okay.
To their fan, to their idol?
I want to say that like, it has to be genuine, because like I've been in Discord servers where I was in a voice chat and I would meet someone and they're so damn funny And like I only knew one person in there who invited me, and I was like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool, so I'll like follow him and add him. And like he only has like 50 followers on Instagram, and I was like, oh, he's relatively unknown, but I just really got along with him in that Discord chat, so that felt natural to me.
I agree.
But like,
I agree with that.
If they're bigger, I think you do have to try and not be weird about it, because there's this one YouTuber that I've watched for many years before I even made a YouTube channel called Hermzar. I collabed with him recently, but
yeah,
he's like an anime vlogger, and he like was in Etika World Network's friend group with like Rogers Base and like all of them. He knows all those people, and so we collabed one time because I was like, man, I kind of have a following now. I wonder if I'm like allowed to shoot my shot with like people that like
yeah.
And then we met, and like I would say like you got to be normal, because like a lot of times you see YouTubers collab and they're not really friends. Like sometimes it's just a business thing. You don't know how they vibe off camera. But yeah, we collabed. It was cool. We talked about isekai anime, and like after that, we just kept texting after that. And then like he would slide up on my stories. He like commissioned me to do artwork for his merchandise, and like
genuine, for real. Genuine,
yeah, and like we've been friends since then. And like I haven't met him yet, so I won't say we're friends, but like we're friendly. But like I feel like if you're normal about it, you can be friends with like people that you've watched for a while.
I would say not going in with expectations, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because they have some arbitrary social media number, don't act different. Because personally, I can sense it. You know, and it makes things weird and uncomfortable, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. The way Modern just gave an example, for me, somebody that I watched that I ended up kind of like becoming friends with is like, what's his name? The Masked Man. I've been watching The Masked Man since however long he's been making videos. And I like, bro, this guy's personality is mad show. And then he made the video talking about Ruthless Render, and I just kind of like, I just DM'd him saying, bro, thank you so much. And then like afterwards, like I like asked him on advice that for making manga moving forward, and he was like, and he gave me advice, and like I wasn't trying to be his friend when I asked him that, like I just genuinely needed advice. And then he happened to need advice with his own manga, and then he hit me up, and then we just started talking like that. It's like I went in with no expectations, even though I liked his personality, and we end up kind of becoming like friends, not friends, but you know what I mean, like online. So it's like if you're DMing somebody, don't do it with expectations. And if you're doing it telling yourself I'm not trying to be friends because they have followers, but you're subconsciously doing it, I can still tell. Even if you tell yourself that's not why you're doing it. I don't know. It's hard to kind of approach that. But you can still shoot your shot. There's nothing wrong with it. Just be respectful and don't be annoying.
What I want to ask is, have you ever been starstruck? Like where you talk to someone, you're like, oh, why the hell are they talking to me? Or like,
oh yeah.
Like somebody. Wait, you mean somebody losing their mind over you because they're a fan, or the other way around?
Well, it could be both ways. Like
just
you meeting someone that you look up to, and then like a fan meeting you, and it's like how weird that is. Like that, you can never be friends with someone you're starstruck from. Like,
that's true. Have I ever? What about you, Mona? I'm thinking, has that happened to you?
Yeah, I was at a comic convention once, and I met the voice actor of Uncle Iroh from Avatar. And like this guy was just eating fried chicken in like his Iroh voice, and I could not speak English when I talked to this guy.
Bro, that's fire. That's fine.
And like, even though I wasn't trying to be friends with this old guy, I was like, man, I've watched Avatar so many times. Like Uncle Iroh is one of my favorite characters. And then I walked up, and he was like, hello, and like, he said it in a voice, and like I did not know what to say. I like stuttered.
Oh
and like,
my god.
Oh my god, it was so bad. But like, that's the kind of situation where I'm like, I don't know if I could ever talk to this guy.
Yeah. Oh my god, to be like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. I haven't met a lot of celebrities. I met Rick Ross at the airport once, but it wasn't even met. I saw him and I waved, and he waved back. What's his name? I met these dudes. The YouTubers Love Live Serve. I don't know if you heard of them. They make skits on YouTube.
I used to watch them all the time. I think they're from Philly, I think.
Yeah, they are from Philly. They came to my university to record a video one time, and they were just walking around.
Funny.
Yeah, they were just walking around. Yeah, and I met them. Yeah, but I could speak, but I was for sure starstruck. Like, it was afterward. I'm like, oh my god, bro, I just met Love Live. But I was speaking, but I was stuttering, and like I told them they were short in real life because they were mad short in person. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up walking away. I was like, oh my god, that was Love Live Serve. And it's like I couldn't even try to be friends with them if I wanted to, because I watched their skits and I like their personality, and I for sure if I could, bro, it'd be fire being friends with those dudes. But I couldn't even try to shoot my shot, bro. I was like, fuck this, whatever, and I might have had a chance. I don't know. I might have had a chance, but whatever, it is what it is. I don't know. But what about you, Third?
That's funny. I already have. Especially in here in France, because there are so many mangakas. I knew from Instagram. So when I met Senshiro, the guy who made Sweet Concrete, I met him in a signing event or something. He was like drawing for his fans. I just couldn't talk. I was like, oh shit, this guy's a real mangaka. Holy fuck.
Yeah, for real. I'm mutual with him. Like he seems like, of course, he's a chill dude. I respect
he's so chill. But I was just very Star Trek. It was different with Jero though. Jero's CGD and with ZD Core.
Because when all those people in real life, damn.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing the drawing for the fans thing, and it was in line. And the way I met them was like I didn't even tell them who I was because they knew me too. Yeah, I only told them in the end. So they were like, they're drawing for you, and then they're gonna ask your name. So I never told my name. I just spelled it out, and they were like, "Oh shit, you're the guy. You're the kid on Instagram."
Damn.
Like, yeah, I'm the guy who's fucking
cool.
around.
That's fucking cool.
And I think the biggest Star Trek for me was with Tony Valente. I met.
You met him? I didn't know you met him. Okay.
In a convention. I mean, I didn't talk to him, but I was just like so Star Trek. I'm like, holy shit, this guy as an anime.
Yeah. By the way, like, Tony Valente is the author of Radiant. In case you don't know, if you're listening right now.
So yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Because like Yusuke Murata is a fan of Tony Valente, bro, and you met that motherfucker. That's crazy.
He did like a fan art sketch, right? For
Radiant.
Yeah.
Same thing with the guy that does Fairy Tail, bro. That's big.
Oh that's true.
My God. Okay.
I do have another story because I forgot that I met people. I also met Ross Strauss and
oh shit, you met Ross.
It was funny. I talked to him for like 5 minutes at a convention because I was allowed in early because I was an influencer, so they let me in when like no one was around.
Damn.
And I walked up to his booth. He's very short in person.
I don't doubt it. He looks like it.
He's funny. Asian as fuck.
It's so funny because like I was way more starstruck, meaning general like Uncle Iroh, than anyone else. So like I walked up to Ross and I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm an influencer too. I got my badge right here." Sometimes you got to bring out the clout card because they're like, "Is this a fan?"
They won't pay attention to you if you don't.
I'm somewhat of a YouTuber myself, and then anyway, I like went up to him and I was like, I just wanted to say like, thank you for making videos. Like when I was a kid, I'd watch these all the time, and it made me think art was fun. And like, I said all that, and he was like, "Oh my God, can you like show me some of your stuff?" And I was like, "Oh no!" I was like pulling my collar. I was like, "Oh, Ross Straw." I was like, "Well, I do have this business card right here," but it was just so weird because he was just genuinely interested. He was like, "Oh, I'll have to check out your Instagram or your YouTube channel." And he was like, "Thank you for coming," and like talking to him for a little bit. And that like I feel like sometimes you don't meet people and you're not starstruck because I'm like, he's an artist too, so like it felt more normal talking to him. And I also met the voice actor of Mob from Mob Psycho 100, the Japanese one.
On Twitter. Damn, that's fire.
And like I had to go through security to get there. So like I pull up to like the press room and there's like 5 bodyguards and I'm like, hello, and they were like the bathroom's that way, and I was like, oh no, I'm somewhat of a YouTuber. And they were like, they were like, what's your name? And I was like, Monitor Comics. And they looked on the list. They're like, oh, you're Monitor Comics.
You're on a list?
Yeah, they looked on the list and they let me through. And then there was like Japanese interpreters in there and like 3 people sitting next to me to make sure I wasn't like going off script. They printed out my questions that I was gonna ask and they circled things and you have to reword this.
Damn.
And I was like, okay. And I go into this room and I see him and he's another small man. And
of course.
Asian as fuck as well.
Yeah. It was like weird talking because like obviously there's a language barrier.
Yeah.
But it felt natural when we were talking because we liked a lot of the same stuff that I didn't know we were gonna like. Yeah. So like we were talking about like music that he likes, and he was like, I actually like VTuber music. And I was like, shit. Can I ask him? I was like, can I ask him what VTubers he watches? And they were like, yeah, and they let me ask. And then we talked about like that for like 5 minutes. And then
that's cool.
He said I play rhythm games on my phone, and I was like, am I allowed to go off script? I was like, can I ask him about that? And they said, yeah. And then we talked about that for like 5 minutes. And then he gave me an autograph for free because he was like having fun.
That's so down to earth, man. That's fire.
Yeah, as soon as it was done, one of the guys like pulled me aside who was like one of the business people there. They were like, thank you for doing that. No one like really asks him like personal questions. They just come in like, what's it like working on the show? Like, do you have any advice for like voice actors? He was like, you came in just asking him about like dumb stuff.
His interest. Yeah. I enjoy movies like that the most personally. Like if I have a good man, I need to monitor you going to all these events and meeting all these fucking people, bro.
Yeah,
this wasn't a fucking secret. I'd do that shit too,
bro. I've been telling you got to use the clout.
I don't show my fucking face, bro. I don't know.
I don't either. I just like show up.
Damn, man. Damn. I might fucking do that because I don't know.
They give you free tickets. They let you meet these people. The next convention I'm going to, the voice actor of Naruto is going to be there. The English sub girl.
Oh my God, I'm actually a fucking fan of her. Jesus, because I see her in a lot of Disney Channel shit before Naruto. My God.
I'm going to try and pull some strings. Like if I can interview her, I'm going to be like, please.
When is that?
June 2nd, the event.
Fuck, I actually wanna go to that. Damn, I wanna meet her. I was actually thinking about.
Bosco's gonna be there too. The voice
the
of
guy from
Zuko.
Zuko. Fuck, man. Fuck, dude. Okay. Oh god, I wanna go.
There's the guy from Spider-Verse, the voice of Miles Morales. There's a bunch of people going.
What's his name? Yeah, I know the guy, bro.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people going to that.
Oh my god, bro, I wanna go. Fucking hell.
But like sometimes you do gotta pull the influencer card. That's the one time you gotta be proud to be an influencer.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that, bro. I'll think about it. Damn, I have to move mad low key. Damn, if you're watching this episode, please don't go to that looking for me. Hopefully this episode comes out afterwards.
Some advice for everyone, because I'm like a faceless YouTuber, even though I posted selfies before. But they don't care. Like as long as you make a video about it, like on your channel, you can just show yourself walking around like your feet. Like you don't have to show your face at all. Like
I
just don't care as long as you like talk about it. Like,
yeah, for me, the reason I guess it's kind of a tangent. For me, the reason I hide my face and I make it such a big deal is number one, the whole thing we talked about, like weird fans and shit, and also this art shit has always just been because art is such a gamble. Like the odds of you actually succeeding at it, and I like the option of being able to fuck off into the sunset and like nobody ever recognizes it, Like even if I don't succeed at this art shit, I feel like enough people know the name DD Mark, right? If there was a face attached to it, it's like down the line, one random motherfucker, I'm like, hey yo, hey, ain't you DD Mark? I don't want that. I feel like that makes me so uncomfortable. So I that option open to not show.
People have asked me to do like meet and greets, and I just am not into that because I do like my privacy too. Like I do not like the idea of being swarmed. I like the idea of just like walking around, minding my own business, getting lunch when I want. But then you move in silence when you go meet these celebrities.
Yeah. You move in silence. Oh my god. Yeah. Speaking of what you were saying, I don't think I'd be what's it called, starstruck at meeting any artist, bro. Not even like a mangaka. To be honest with you, like. I think about again, it might be different if it actually happens. But like that Ross draws, if I met Ethan Becker, I don't think I'd lose my mind at all. I'd just be bad chill.
Yeah, I met the author of Kakegurui, which is kind of random.
Oh come on, bruh. You meeting everybody at this point. Come on.
Japanese manga artist. He was like never showed his face too, so there were like no pictures. And I was like, okay, can I just tell him I like the thing? And they told him, and I was like, nice meeting you, sir. And they're like,
but you saw his face?
Yeah. He was
okay. Cool. Yeah.
I got his autograph.
Yeah. Oh shit. Nice. I like. Do you think you could have showed them your work, bro? If I met a mangaka, I want to show them my work, like just to get advice. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't let that shit slide.
I feel like what you can do, not when you're like in the line to meet them, but sometimes you're allowed in the lounge if you have the pass. Yeah. So that's when they're just eating lunch. You just sit next to them or whatever. You just sit at the table. And you're like, oh, I'm a fan of yours. Like I do art too, and maybe they'll ask like, can I say it? I wouldn't show them first. I wait for them to ask.
You just like fucking whip it in their face. Hey, excuse me. Hey, look at my.
I actually have my portfolio with me.
Me, sir. Here you go. Nah, okay, let's get back on topic. My God, Third, you're awfully silent. You have anything else to say before we move on?
Oh no, I don't. I'm just listening to the podcast.
No, yeah. I don't know. So far, this is a very interesting episode. Okay, I want to talk about. I know this is not really connected, but since we're talking about everything under the umbrella of being an artist on social media, let's talk about mental health as an artist because we don't talk about that enough. Okay. Okay, so I often say the hardest part about being an artist, or like, it's not the getting good part. It is hard to get good and the fundamentals. It's hard as shit. But the hardest part is the mental aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like, not quitting, comparing yourself, especially nowadays where everybody is just fucking cracked and like 14-year-olds draw like fucking Picasso. You know what I mean? So it's like. Yeah. What are your overall thoughts on like the mental health aspect of being an artist? Like, if you can speak a little bit about your experience, like talk about it a little bit, and we can go into other topics from there.
What I want me and Third to talk about is like the idea of disappearing, because I've definitely like cleared my account out before. I know Third's also like gone on social media breaks and disappeared.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just see all these 14-year-olds that are so good, and like you just see everybody else that's so good, and you're like, damn, I'm improving slowly. I'm not doing what I want to do, and like that really drives you insane. Like on Instagram specifically, that crop like drives me insane. I get so depressed seeing the cropping, and I'll post a picture and it's crop weird, you don't see the eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta repost it, but then it's gonna get less views. And I'm like, oh my god, it drives you insane.
Yeah. So speaking of that, both of you guys, the disappearing thing, like what drives you to do that? Because I've felt absolute, bro, I'm currently at rock bottom, like self-esteem, how I view myself as an artist. I'm rock bottom right now, but I've never gotten to that point. Not because I'm better than you, I just haven't gotten to that point. So I want to know, like, what makes you go to that point? Like, I want to just disappear and like kind of clear your account, like fuck off. I've never gotten to that point before. Like, Third, Monitor, you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I never I only did the thing where I cleared my account when I didn't have a lot of followers.
You've unfollowed
But-
a lot of people, bro. Like you've done that shit where you unfollow everybody. You've
Oh
done that
no,
shit like
no,
3
I
times.
wasn't. I'm talking about like temporarily just deleting the account. I mean, unfollowing people is just to clear my head again. When I see my mutual
'cause of
artist
comparisons?
art. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more of a self-sabotage kind of thing where you people are expecting a lot from you, and then it's stressing you out, so you're expecting
Yes,
more
that's
from
it.
you.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, it's just disappointment to
Yeah.
yourself, I guess.
Disappointment in
Self-
myself, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, self-deprecating. Yeah, the reason I unfollowed everyone a lot, I stopped now because before I was just so insecure about my art. I didn't, I was like, oh, if I don't see their art, mine's gonna be good, So yeah, I just accepted the fact that, yeah, I'm not better than anyone. I'm just a guy who doesn't know what they're doing. I don't even call myself as an artist. I just do drawings on
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have to work on that, my guy. You might have to go through some therapeutic shit. You never know. But
yeah, but then again, there's like, oh, I forgot what I wanted to say. Fuck.
take your time. You want me to circle back to you?
No, wait. Fuck.
Okay, wait.
There was this. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something but then I forgot. Go ahead, Monitor, and then I'll try to.
I was gonna say that the whole disappearing thing for me is like a mental reset too, where it's like I hate everything I'm drawing and I know I can draw better. So like I'll come back when I know I can do it the way I want to do it. But what I will say is that the time I was the happiest is when I wasn't online. Like when I was just drawing comics in my room,
yes, sir,
on my kitchen table,
yes, sir,
during middle school, high school, I was cranking pages out. Nobody knew who the hell I was.
Sir.
Nobody was looking at them. No one saw them, and I was just having fun. And like that's why when your whole like speech came about like having fun came first, that like I remember I told you that like clicked at me. I was like, that's so like obvious. But like this whole thing with like dealing with the publishers and like all that stuff like eating me away, I was like, it just made it not fun, and I hated drawing it. And like I started like realizing what it's like to just like get off the grid. I'm drawing comics for me.
It's fun.
I'm making art for me. I don't care when anybody else sees it.
Some G shit. Yeah.
That's
when I was happiest. When I first came up with my mantra, that like kind of fun, and I still live by it, right? And it's like I feel like I would be a lot worse off. Even though I'm saying I'm at rock bottom right now, I'd be a lot worse off if I still didn't have that mantra. Like having fun should come first. But even then, like it's still hard to not let the shit eat away at you. For example, dealing with publishers is what's kind of fucking me up right now. Like I guess I'll go into another tangent which I want to talk about, which is like people's expectations of you, especially when you have a following, you know what I mean? But right now it's like I feel like nothing is working out with anything I'm trying to do art wise, because if you listen to me talk a lot on the podcast or anywhere really, I'm like, I have nothing against these people on social media. Like a lot of my mutuals who just post pretty pictures and just keep posting fan arts, and like they don't really have a trajectory besides just doing that. Hey, I have nothing against that, but for me, I'm just trying to be more than just a social media influencer guy. So I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to create more opportunities with my art, and nothing works out. So yeah, having fun does come first, but it's like, damn, I keep failing, or it feels like I'm failing, or everything I'm trying to do doesn't work out, and it kind of eats away at me a little bit. And on top of that, the pressure. I wanted to talk about that because Third has the most followers here, and I know Monitor also has a big following, as well. It's like when you reach a certain like size, I don't know whether it's real or not. It probably is. That's pretty much what imposter syndrome is. It's like you feel like you should be at a certain level, a certain caliber, and combined with the fact that everybody on social media is just cracked out of their mind, and like, damn, bro, I have all these followers, and I'm so shit. You know what I'm saying? And it starts eating away at you. For me, I think it got worse with Ruthless Render, with how many views it has. I feel like people keep bothering me about like, when is it getting like any opportunities, volume 1 in anime, blah blah blah. And to be honest with you, right now I had a volume schedule, like a volume 1 deal, but that's pretty much gone. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they keep saying all this stuff, and I don't have anything planned, and it eats away at me.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
So it's like it's like a paradox, right? So like you put Ruthless Render on there because you wanted to have fun. You wanted a break from the publisher stuff. You just did your own thing and you had a good time doing it. So now people are treating this like it's your alma mater, like it's your fucking like like this is your golden egg. People think that this is your big professional break, but like you just did it for fun.
I just did it for fun. Yeah. I never expected to get so many views.
And if there's opportunities come for it, sure, that's great. But like the thing that I like always wondered is like it's not enough to just be an artist anymore.
Yeah,
like you have to be online. You have to be a social media person. and like that all takes away from your being an artist.
It does.
And
it does.
It's that eats away at you. I don't know how you guys are like experiencing that too. That you have to be someone instead of just making art. And,
yes. I always talk about I hate my fucking job, and people are like, "Oh my god, you don't like being a mangaka?" No. I love making manga. I hate the social media thing. Like, why can't I just be an artist? Like, why do I have to be this personality? You know what I'm saying? And do all this social media stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
I know, but the thing is, the more you post on social media, the more hypocrite you become, because you're like, oh shit, I hate this stuff, but you have to be someone, as Monitor said, so you have to give advice that you normally don't give, and be someone that you're not, you know. So you're like, oh shit. So you kind of lose yourself, like, oh, who the fuck am I? That's kind of
And I like Monitor's point, because I guess that kind of brings me to what I want to talk about, which is like how we can kind of be better. I don't just want to be a fucking sadness jerk off. I want us to kind of give solutions and kind of help people who might be going through the same thing. But like, I guess to Monitor's point, one of the things that making me feel a little better is I spoke to a Carbon Fiber Leah, and it kind of like, you know, the conversation kind of went to where it was. You posted Ruthless Runner for fun, right? So why are you stressing about like publishers and stuff? And it's like, oh shit, that's true, you know? And I guess on that note, it's like, would you say the best way to kind of approach this shit is to like, I don't know, like not care about it? Because I can't really think about it any other way, but then again, not caring about it, like this is my job, right? Like I do want to stay relevant on social media, so I have to care about it to some extent. So do you guys have any solutions?
I don't know, because I like the idea of how there's Twitter artists who like are only on Twitter and like they're nowhere else. Like they post their manga, maybe they'll post updates to their manga on Twitter, but like they're not wasting their time doing all this social media stuff. People just follow them because they like them. But I don't know how that works though. Like if you were just you closed your DMs, you disappeared, you make your manga, you post updates every month, and then maybe you'll be on Twitter like, hey guys, I just posted a new chapter, instead of like interacting and like doing all this other stuff.
Like K-Rana. Yeah, I wish I could do that shit. That's what K-Rana does, isn't it? They make manga, of course, and they just every once in a while come on social media like, hey, go check that shit out, or post a sketch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I don't think like Kohei is like doing anything besides drawing manga and like posting about it on Twitter, but like I don't know how that works, how you get to that point where like...
Well, that's just success, isn't it? Like if Ruthless Runner...
You could just disappear.
Bro, I've been saying, if Ruthless Runner became like where it made me like good money, I'm out. Fuck, I'm out. Peace out, motherfucker. I'm gone. Like, you're not gonna see me again. Like, I'm gonna come back a little bit. Yeah, but I would not be as active, bro. No streaming, bro. Like, of course, I'd stay on my Discord and shit, but like, bro, I wouldn't be on social media pretty much. Because like, if I'm making money off the thing that I actually like to do, which is making comics, why? I'd never enjoyed the social media stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since we kind of don't have much to say in terms of like advice.
Well, I got one more thing. I was gonna say like celebrate the successes. So like, I know you're saying like you're not like concerned about the numbers because it stresses you out, but like you did hit all these milestones.
That is
like,
true.
Go out for a drink that day, get yourself a cake or whatever. Like, man, I hit 7 million views. That's awesome.
I never do that. That's
like,
a good point.
Because when you're like a content creator, like an artist, I feel like you're always chasing that next dragon. Like you do a page, okay, I gotta do the next page. I'm waking up tomorrow, I'm making more pages. And like it hit me the other day when my friend asked me to like go get food. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get food.
No, yeah.
like you gotta take a break and like get out of your room and like do other stuff.
Yeah. And Doug, were you about to say something before I say what I'm gonna say?
No, I was just saying, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, monitor, reward yourself, celebrate the victories, even if it's something that like is relatively small. Oh, that's my alarm, my bad. It's relatively small, you know what I'm saying? Like even if your post gets like a go, like, you know, you've hit amount of likes that you never hit before, that's something worth celebrating. It might be small to the next person, but that's something worth celebrating. And I think that can kind of like subconsciously like motivate you if you celebrate the little victories. You know what I'm saying? You don't take them for granted. You know what I mean? And also staying in line with solutions, that having fun comes first mantra, mindset, that bro, that's the move. Because art is supposed to be fun. Yeah, you want to be on social media, I get that. You can stay on social media. But I think as you're doing the work, even if you're going through your hard times, you keep repeating to yourself, you know, having fun comes first. It's supposed to be fun. You know, you find yourself stressing less about the things that you normally wouldn't stress about if you were just, you know, focusing on the fun of art, which is what you should be doing. So you wouldn't be thinking about how many likes the post got. Like the question you should be asking yourself is, do I like the drawing? If the answer is yes, then be happy with that. Doesn't matter how many likes it gets. Or if the answer is no, that's fine. Work on it. Improve on it. Don't be like stressed about like, you know, the numbers or goals or who's doing what or what opportunities they're getting. You know what I'm saying? Just be worried about like Just be worried about having fun and making sure that you're enjoying this. Because at some point, if you're putting yourself through this hell and you're not even enjoying it, it's like, why are you even doing it? Like, why are you even doing art? Because there definitely isn't money in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? There's not money in it. So why would you put yourself through this? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you should also keep your expectations realistic.
Good.
Where it's like, yeah, because I'm trying to like, I don't know if you guys are like this, where I'm like goal oriented, where it's like, I can't do this until I do this. Or it's like, I can't play the new Zelda game until I like do all these manga pages.
Same.
I feel like that's so restrictive that like, because it's like chasing the dragon. Like you're never gonna get to that point where it's like, I'm not taking a trip until I'm done 5 just go take your trip.
Take the trip,
like,
motherfucker. Yeah.
Live your life now. Like go outside and see your friends now. Like don't keep saying I'm gonna see them when I'm done.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
I've received so many DMs from people like, oh, when did you realize you were ready to do a web comic? I'm like, I never realized that. I just did it. I just fucking did it. You know, I didn't even. Yeah, there was this follower of mine. He was like, bro, when did you realize you mastered anatomy and then did illustration? You know, I'm like, dude, I never mastered anything at all. I don't even know. I haven't mastered anything, like not even perspective, not even anatomy, not even composition. And this dude was like waiting for the perfect time to do a manga because he was like, oh yeah, I need to perfect my perspective first so I can do my project. I'm like, don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't perfect everything because you can never you can never go
it's the same mindset with like that's pretty much the same shit Monitor was saying. Like you approach your art that way, you should also approach your everyday life that way. Like don't just be like, oh, I'm not gonna go do this until I've done the 5 chapters, or I'm not gonna start this until I'm good at anatomy. Bro, life is short. Do like, of course, like have discipline, but don't have unrealistic expectations of yourself, which goes hand in hand with the kind of people that like DM me. He's like, bro, how you draw so fast? Like you really see chapters monthly. I want to do that. No, motherfucker, you can't do that. I can, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't know if you can, but don't try to like do that. Like know your own expectations, because if you're trying to do a chapter a month, like as much as I do, and you can't do that, you're just gonna keep disappointing yourself. You keep digging yourself into a deeper hole.
What's funny about these people too is if you ask them, have you made a comic before? What they're gonna say is, no, I haven't. So like their schedule, maybe they can make a chapter every 2 months. That's better than half the people that keep saying they're comic artists because they're not doing anything. So like people just keep making all these excuses when you just gotta do it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking 2 months or 3 months to make 1 chapter. Just know your limits. That's all I'll say. Know your limits. But I don't want us to spend too much time. Man, this is a good episode. We're talking about a lot of shit. Okay, we kind of, I'm looking at the outline we have here. We're going to talk about getting outside more. We touched on that a little bit, but I see we're also going to talk about expectations. And now that we're still kind of talking about that, let's stay on that, right? Another thing I want to tell people that can help with your mental health is kind of understand what this means. Being an artist online, bro, this is the hustle of hustles. The odds of success, bro. I'm going through life assuming I'm gonna fail. Like, nah, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's like I'm hoping I'm gonna succeed, and I'm working my dick off to make sure I succeed. But bro, I'm planning for grad school. I'm planning. I'm thinking about what normal jobs I'd get. Like, I want to go into like finance. Like, that's real life. Like, it sucks to hear that you can't just drop everything like Bakuman and like fucking chase the dream. And like, no, bro, this real life. So if you have that unrealistic expectation where it's like I'm gonna succeed, or like you compare yourself to third, it's like if you're younger than us, you're like, when I'm their age, I'm gonna be this. It's like you might not. You really might not. Like the odds of it actually happen is kind of low. So go ahead, Monitor.
I wanted to say that I got a DM yesterday. It was interesting. They were like, I want to make manga. It's my dream. And I was like, I was like, okay. And they were like, I love doing it. And I was like, have you made a manga before? And they said no. And they said, they said, and I was like, okay, well, how's it your dream and you love it? But anyway, they were like, the problem is with being consistent, because next year I start university. And I was like, bro, I need to tell you that I've been drawing comics since I was a kid. I'm sure you have too. I'm sure, like, I posted my first 100 pages on like some weird website when I was like 14. Got published when I was 16. Like, I've been doing all, and I was like, I had a part-time job. I went to university. I was like, this all just sounds like bullshit to me when I hear this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And sometimes, go ahead, Monitor. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is that like people have these expectations, like I'm gonna be a manga artist without actually knowing if they can do it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I lost my train of thought. We're talking about expectations.
Yeah,
like,
expectations. Like you brought up the example of the kid that said he wanted to be a mangaka, and like he hadn't even made a manga before, and like, I don't know, you're gonna connect that to expectations.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you were saying like we're working our dick off right now. Like we've been doing this for so many years, and even we're like, we don't know when this is over. Like every day, I'm like, this might be the last year of Monitor Comics. So, like, I know people might hate to say that, but like, I gotta make money too. So it's like, this might be the end of it.
I tell people that this deadass might be the last year of DD Mark, bro. Like, not because I want to, because real life, bro. Yeah. Life, you know,
for real. And like, I'm like, if we're all doing all of this work, and this is what I was leading to. My sister told me this funny meme the other day. She was like, I don't want to have a 9 to 5, so I decided to work 24 hours a day. And like that's literally like us, like artists and content creators.
That's so funny.
We work over 100 hours a goddamn week, bro. This shit is not gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So don't set unrealistic ass expectations for yourself if you know, not even if you know, because you will not meet them, and that would just make you even more depressed and like disappointed in yourself. Again, Third, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say to people, like, be disciplined in your schedule, especially if your job is an artist now, because I just had this conversation with my dad recently this weekend. We had to go out like yesterday on Sunday, to have a family bonding and stuff. I was like, okay, sure. And then my mom realized that my sleep schedule is fucked. So they asked me, so are you gonna sleep tonight? I was like, no, I'm not, but we're still gonna go out tomorrow. And they were like, dude, when is your rest day? They asked me, they literally asked me, when is your weekend? I'm like, no, I told, because I always repeat this to my parents because they don't understand it very well. Very well. I always tell them that being an artist, like a webcomic artist or a manga artist, is you can have a rest day, because once an episode is out, you cannot stop. You have to do the next episode right away. So I always tell them, once I'm done working, I have to start over. I have no rest day. And they were my dad literally asked me, why are you working as a slave?
I know. Like,
I'm like, oh, well, that's the artist. I mean, we all. I even told him, like, everyone works this way. And then my dad was like, I don't understand, because CEO must know the hard work that artists put. But I'm like, CEOs are not artists, you know. They're fucking business.
But like CEO, okay, not CEOs, entrepreneurs. Like they know the artist struggle for real. Like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur until they realize they're gonna be working more than they would be if they worked a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. I think working a 9 to 5 is easier.
Much easier.
Imagine turning your brain off at 5 o'clock because you already made your money for the week, and you're like, I'm just gonna go watch TV or play a game, and I don't got nothing to worry about. Like,
and most 9 to 5s tend to be really monotonous work. So you go in and do the same shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's filing papers or washing dishes. But for us, it's dynamic, and that makes things stressful. You don't know what sponsor's gonna hit you up. You don't know what fucking what rules they want you to do in the sponsorship. You're doing different commissions, interacting with different people. If you're making a webcomic, it's different episode every week. You run into different bumps, whether it's like creative bumps or like it's different, and it's just much more stressful. And it's like you're waking up every day to tackle something that you didn't even know you're gonna tackle the day before. Right, as opposed to like a 9 to 5 where it's like you washed dishes yesterday, you're gonna be washing dishes today, you're gonna be washing dishes tomorrow and next week, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna vary a little bit. Like if you work in an office, like they might ask you to I don't know, do the numbers this week as opposed to last week you did the letters. I don't know how to work.
The difference is if you did those dishes every day for a week, you're probably gonna pay rent. When you're an artist, you might not pay rent even though you're working 24 hours.
Oh God, bro. There are months, I don't even care about I'm speaking of finances. There are months where I'll make like $5,000, bro, off of this art shit. I'm like, damn. Bro, the next month I might make like $900, bro.
Bro, for real.
Be like that.
When the YouTube ads are down.
Facts. When the YouTube ads are down. So it's not glamorous, bro. You put in like over 100 hours a week for a whole month to get like way less than minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? It's not glamorous. So put your expectations low.
Yeah, I do recommend having different streams of income if you're like a content creator and an artist.
Of course.
So I'm a big believer in passive income. So that's something I always preach to people. That's one of the main reasons I made my YouTube channel. One, to learn and like spread all that, but also I made my videos evergreen, which is like, that means that they'll always make money no matter how long I live. So like if you make a vlog, that might only be popular for that week. Or if you make a movie review, after the movie's out for like a year, no one's watching it. But like when you're making like educational stuff or stuff like that, people are always gonna be watching that until they die. So like that's the reason I made that, because I collect that check every month. But
I believe in passive income too. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Actually, Third, write that down. whenever we have modern next, let's talk about money. We don't talk about that.
I was like, I'm gonna come back for that with Chris Broad.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna come back next week.
I'm a huge believer in pay transparency. Like,
people, me too.
Especially with commissions and things like that. People are like, how much are you making from like a sponsorship? Because so many people are afraid to talk about it. But it's like, if DD Mark's getting paid $100 for a sponsorship and I'm getting paid $400, I'm like, bro, get the $400. Like, they're giving that to me.
Facts, yeah.
Like everybody eats. The only people that like are gaining anything is the companies that don't want you talking to each other.
Yeah, they don't want you talking to each other. I think it's fine. You can talk about it if you don't mention like company names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think so.
The other thing that's interesting that people used to say is you can't have all three in life: a social life, money, and then what's the other one?
I've heard that saying before. What is the other one? Let me Google it real quick.
Yeah,
social life, money, and passion. I don't know.
Or it's like I think it's hobby.
Women.
You can't have women. You can't have all three. Let me see.
I mean, you have all three, right? I don't know.
Wait. Sleep, success, social life.
Sleep. Enough sleep. It's enough sleep.
Yeah. So something you gotta sacrifice something. There's always a level of sacrifice. But oh my god, this is good. We getting all over the place.
But okay, I was bringing this up because it goes into the mental health as an artist, where it's like, if you want success and sleep, you're not having a social life. Like I did not go to parties sometimes in school. I was like, I can't go out. I need to stay in here and do it. But other times it's like, maybe you do want to have a social life. So sometimes I would go out and then I would get sleep, but it's like, I'm not doing anything art related.
You're not doing anything. Yeah.
You gotta make sacrifices when
you gotta make. I made this social life sac for sure. Like people always ask me, do you pull all-nighters? Do you do so many pages in 1 month? Nah. I sleep like a motherfucking baby. You know why? Because I don't go outside. That's why. You know what I mean? So you gotta sacrifice something.
Yeah. But then again, if you had friends before, this fear of missing out too. So you're like, oh shit, do I have to? I mean, personally, for me, like, oh, what do I have to
sacrifice
keep working or do I have to go out? You know, and most of the time I just stay at home. But then again, I'm like, fuck, bro, it's my friend's birthday. I have to go there.
Yeah, it's good to have a balance, but for the most part, you're gonna have to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You can still have all three, but you can't have all three in full. You know what I mean? Like you can have a little bit of a social life, especially if you have like understanding friends or something who know like you're grinding or whatever. But
exactly,
you don't go too much into that. Speaking of going outside, we want to talk about that a little bit. How important is it going outside as an artist?
The gym is so good for you, bro.
On God, bro. The sun
is good for you. The fucking sun,
bro. I got anemic, motherfucker. I was not getting no vitamin D. Pause. You feel me, bro?
yeah. Same, bro. We don't. Bro, so we don't like we're so pale here that my mom gets us like vitamin D every month.
Yeah, you need to take those vitamins, man.
I want to talk about physical health because I think I told both of you guys this, that I had lower back problems for the longest time because I was always drawing from morning till night. And I was asking everybody, I was like, bro, how are you all doing this for a career? Like, I'm literally like, I walk like to the sidewalk and like my back is killing me.
Yeah,
and
man.
There was this, and like Elias is like, here's this chair that I bought. It's a little expensive, but it really helped my back problem. And then I was like, okay, I chalked it up. I bought the Secret Labs Titan chair. It's very comfortable, by the way. I'm sending it now. But not sponsored, by the way. But there was a meme that was like, artists will pay $500 for a new chair before they go to a gym. And then I was in this chair, and I was like, man, I'm feeling so royalty right now in this chair. And then I would like go walk somewhere with my friends, and I'm like, damn, my back hurts, and I don't know why. And like I was active, like I played basketball, I played volleyball, I went to the gym, did boxing, I did all that, and I was like, why is my back aching so bad? And then I signed up for a gym again recently, and my back pain's gone. Like,
yeah, bro, physical health is mad important, bro. Going to the gym, going on runs, like even just stretching, my guy. Like you can get, being an artist, you can get caught lacking for anything. Like that's sometimes I'm drawing, I think I'm cool, I'm chill, and I go like I'm done for the day, and I be in bed, and I'm like, and I like my arm, my hand, my drawing hand, I'm like, God damn.
Do you all got carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? I have that. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, carpal tunnel.
Sometimes my hand is like numb when I wake up the next day, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta stop. Like I can't do anything today.
Yeah, physical health is like so underrated, especially with how maybe because Japanese mangaka have like normalized fucking dying for your manga, bro. I'm not trying to die, bro. I like being able to walk upright.
Also, I feel like a lot of artists are more on the introverted, shy side, so maybe they don't feel comfortable going to a gym or exercise. Like when I hear artist, I don't think that's the kid who's going hard in the gym class.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like you should care about like your physical health a little bit.
And to get over your fear, I know it's a lot difficult than just saying this, but to get over your fear of going to the gym, bro, nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you.
Literally, no one cares.
Nobody actually gives. I've been going to the gym for years. I have never given a fuck about who was in the gym. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody else cares.
And they feel the same too. Like they go there for themselves, not for the people.
The only people who used to care were those TikTok girls exposing dudes for not doing anything, and they pretty much got like.
Oh yeah, that's so fucking.
Yeah,
stupid,
they pretty much got bullied off the internet, so they don't really exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you're good. Just go. No one's judging you. If you're struggling, somebody will help. If you don't know what to do, you can ask for help. And the machines all pretty much have pictures of what you're how you're supposed to use them. It's
free
the gym is free tutorial, very beginner friendly. Like just go. Like you don't have to go in there to get buff, bro. Just go in there to get your lungs active, get work up a sweat.
Fix the lower back issues.
Fix the lower back. Facts. Damn, look at us. Actually been helpful on this goddamn podcast. God damn. All right. I guess it'll be a longer episode. I don't care. We're releasing short episodes so much. Let's talk about social media burnout. Like burnout. Social media burnout.
I mean, we've talked about
that, but let's give a solution. Like, how do you deal with it?
You gotta not care about the numbers.
Yeah.
Taking a break, maybe like a day, 2 off.
Give yourself a schedule.
I get DMs from people where they're like, "How do I get a big following?" Or like, "How do I get a lot of people to like my thing or comment?" And I'm like, that really just does not matter.
Yeah.
And people are always like, "Well, when you started out, how did you get a lot of engagement? Because you have a big YouTube." And I was like, "Bro, it just doesn't matter. Just do what you love and like have fun doing it." Like,
did you guys set out to get a large following? Like was that like a goal of yours? Like when you started?
I just wanted to get published when I first started. Like that was my goal to like make comics and like get into a publisher because that's like the normal route to go. But then when like webcomics started becoming a thing and like webtoons came out, that's when it's like you have to kind of be someone to make a comic. And I remember watching like White Manga when I was growing up and Mark Crilly. And I was like, man, they have cool comics, but I only knew about their comics because I watched their YouTube channel. So that's the roadmap that I had. Where I got to go down that way to get my name out there.
Yeah, I just wanted people to read my comics. That's why I just started posting my stuff online. I wasn't expecting 10,000. You know what I'm saying? A part of me kind of knew it was gonna happen, but like I never set out to get many followers. I just wanted some followers who would read my stuff.
That's where the expectations come. Where it's like I just did this to like get my name out there a little bit more. And now people expect me to like be a philosopher and like all this shit. Like
they be asking me all these deep ass questions, bro. It's like, bro, I just wanted some fans. I just wanted some people to read my comics. My God,
I know.
So taking a break and not caring about numbers, I'd say that's like the best way to deal with social media burnout. And also,
bro, I started as a sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
I wanted to say I started my Instagram because I wanted to be a concept artist, not an illustrator or a webcomic. Yeah.
What happened to that
for the first year of me of me posting on Instagram was just me drawing characters, all characters design and stuff. And then I got a tablet. My brother gave me a tablet, and I started doing illustrations. And then I got voiced me. I was like, "Oh, want to do webcomic and shit?" I was like, "Sure." And then that became something, and I didn't even want that. I'm like, oh, that's an opportunity I can have. And now people are like, bro, when are you gonna do your own shit?
Yeah, that's true. So actually, kind of tangent, what happened to your dream of being a concept artist? You don't want to be a concept artist anymore?
I'm still doing concept designs, so I'm doing what I like right now. I'm doing characters,
but not for a studio. You don't want to do it for a studio?
No.
Okay.
Not for now because bro, I have a fucking contract.
Yeah. That's true. You have a whole contract. That's facts. Yeah. I was gonna say personally, one way that I deal with like managing how I'm online and shit is I kind of game. You know how I don't know if you have an iPhone, but I think once a week they send you your screen time was up or down, how many percentage. You know what I mean? I kind of gamify that. I kind of look forward to that message every week because I always want to make the number go lower. That's one way you can do it. Like, so you can limit your social media time. If you think about that social media, like that screen time number, I think about that a lot when I'm on social media.
That's a cool way to not get burnt out, I guess.
Yeah.
Gamify everything. To make it interesting, to make it fun, so you don't. It's not like a forceful way to to do it. You're like, I'm having fun doing this.
That helps with productivity too, because like so many times you'll just find yourself scrolling on Twitter, scrolling on Instagram, and like if you just throw your phone to the side and just work on your comic, like you'll get a lot more done.
Well, people spend so much time on it. I'm actually gonna Google the average screen.
Bro, I'm gonna say, do you count? I count like Spotify as like and like YouTube Music too as like social media in that sense because. There are so many times where I'll like just waste time looking for a song to like play while I'm working on my comic. And I'm like, man, I just wasted like 5 minutes total probably just like picking out songs when I could have just fucking did anything else. Like,
I agree with that so fucking much. When I want to be big, bro, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, bro, I want to ink 9 fucking pages today before I go to bed. When I'm ready to grind my dick off, do not listen to fucking lo-fi because I do not care what's like. So if I listen to my own music, I like spend too much time skipping trying to find the right song, and it just that wastes time. So that's crazy that you said that. I'm glad that you said that. So when I want to be productive, yeah, music does count as that, taking up time like that. But anyways, I wanted to make the point about how much your phone takes your time away. I just googled the average screen time for Gen Z. It's 7 hours and 22 minutes per day. You're spending 7 hours of the day on your phone.
Isn't that like a 9 to 5 job? No, almost.
That's almost a whole day of school, or almost a whole day of work.
Is that counting your laptop and computer screen time or no?
I think that's just phones. Let me see.
Yeah.
It says in front of the screen, so maybe it's overall, but still, that's a lot. That is a lot though. My screen time on my iPhone, like I think at most is like 3 hours in one. Like my average screen time is 3 hours.
Have you
see that?
Have you ever watched those YouTube videos where it's like I social media detox for a month? Here's what it felt like. They look like they're living. They look like they're living the time of their life.
Oh,
like just getting offline.
Oh God, I watch those videos all the time. Social media detox, bro.
Yeah.
If it's not my job, I wouldn't be on. Social
That's what I'm saying. It's so sad that we need to be on social media.
Yeah,
to do our job.
For real. If it wasn't my job, I wouldn't be on social media. But third,
my screen time is 4 hours.
That's not as bad as 7 hours. You know, it's not as bad as 7 hours. But is that all you guys have to say about social media burnout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. The last talking point we had was imposter syndrome, but we already talked about that. Okay, so let's get some questions in here.
Oh, bro. Okay, so I posted a sketch I did while we were on a call, and also I shared like us in a call together, and one of my fans like, I honestly would love to come on the podcast one day.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I from people that I don't really know. They're like, oh my God, bro, you need to bring me on the podcast. I have such a cool story to tell. I'm like, bro, like
that comes back to the Parasocial Fans things where it's like. It's like if someone DM you at like 100,000, you're like, maybe I'll consider.
Maybe, yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's a cute message, you know. But it's again, like, we're receiving so much DMs like that.
Yeah.
So many.
It sucks that sometimes you do gotta like donor wall where it's like, maybe if it's another big creator, like I don't know. It's just hard to cherry pick something.
Yeah, even if it was a big creator, if I didn't know you, I'd still kind of look at it a little weird, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. So whatever. I'm trying to screenshot these questions so I can post it to the Discord so you guys can see it too.
Yeah, let's not do a lot.
Yeah, it's not. This episode has been pretty long. It's been pretty long.
Yeah, I'm only gonna screenshot the ones that we're gonna answer. So Mugwi won't look for them.
Yeah. It's not much. It's not much. I didn't screenshot all of them. Let me go to the goddamn Artcast.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this Skynix Art asked us favorite art you have made. So feel free to send the arts.
Let me see. I sent the questions, by the way. If you guys want to look through it and pick ones that you like or you want to answer.
And now I gotta go dig through my folder.
So,
like,
I'm trying to look through mine too.
I'm gonna try to look at mine too. What's my favorite art currently? What I did? The least.
Jesus. Mine is a panel from Rufus Render.
Oh, I want to see that. The thing is, the drawings I like doesn't get a bunch of likes on social
I've noticed
media.
that. My favorite drawings do the worst.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Okay.
So it's stupid.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm posting mine so we can know. It's that one.
Okay, yeah, I got one.
That's my favorite drawing.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I like the shoes.
Yeah, that one's so good.
I like that one so much.
Fucking.
I also like the cover I did for chapter 5 with the magazine. The magazine, bro. People love that shit. The magazine. Oh, that one is
like
the motorcycle.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
The composition.
This drawing is like the very first thing I did when I left Saturday AM. Because like I told Didi this before. I was like, bro, I hate my series right now. Like I'm so sick of it. It brings bad memories and vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to do something that's fun. And I was like bikes are cool. And then like I just designed all these characters. Cool. And then I was like, this is where I started like paying more attention to like composition and like inking. And I felt like this was like my first step from like leaving the change the world thing. Yeah. And like this is where I started drawing like more like like anatomically correct characters because I was like, I can't keep drawing like these chibi things. But like this felt like a turning point.
Yeah,
like,
your art improved so like almost instantly for me. Like I remember you kind of just posted this new type of style. I'm like, oh my god, bro, is this Monitor? My goodness, bro, you went on a training arc for real.
I'm going
you
hard.
Guys, you guys posted like a black and I'm gonna find a black and white.
You know, it doesn't have to be black and white. It's fine, dude.
Yeah, I found this sketch. I kind of like this. Sketch.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, didn't you just ask? Oh, that was the question. Oh, our favorite art. So that was it. Okay.
Yeah, that was it. Just favorite art. I mean, this is like one of my favorite sketch. I guess it's just standing.
Oh my god, people are asking about money.
People are
like money questions, like financial stuff.
Yeah, like people who want to be comic artists, but they always want to know if it pays.
Oh,
bro, fuck off.
Save that for the next video with the finances.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if that's your question. I can understand it's a question that it's a reasonable question, but it's like isn't it like well known that comic artists don't really get paid?
I know. People expect they're gonna make millions when they get published, and I was like, bro, let me tell you, just getting published is the first step.
Yeah, that's the underlying thing I can always read from that. Whenever they're asking about like, does it pay well? It's like they expect to make a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's not like
the other question that's good is when they're like, I need help making manga because it's my dream to have an anime. And I was like, bro, go learn animation.
Yeah, go learn. Yeah, making manga just because they want an anime adaptation. Yeah. Third, you about
to I have a question. It's from Metal Bird. They ask, what is one thing you like about your style? Example, the way you draw eyes, your anime style, or coloring style, etc.
I actually don't like anything about my art style.
Yeah, same. I was about to say the same.
I was kind of thinking along them lines too.
Yeah, it's my art style to me is overall very like mid, and for me that kind of lets me know that okay, it's time for a training arc, you know, because I can't even find anything I like about it. So it is what it is. I'm not upset about it though.
Yeah, bro. Most of the questions from my followers are the same thing. You know, like how do you come up? What you draw? Like, what's your schedule? Favorite thing to draw? It's almost the same thing. But
the questions I got are very like tailored to the topic. If you want to answer more about mental health.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you can. I posted it on general. You can look at it if you want. I'm looking through it.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you deal with the feeling of fear and not doing good enough as an artist? Katsuro the art. Like feeling not good enough. How do you deal with that? You don't have to say it.
Again, one sentence. Don't compare yourself to others. That's a hard thing to do, but yeah, just do that because if you don't care about what the others do, you won't care about what you're gonna do.
I agree with that, but how I also deal with it is I just suck it up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm actual ass cheeks. Every post that I post, I think it looks like actual nonsense before I post.
Me too.
Yeah, but I'm like, whatever. And I just power through it and post it anyways, you know?
What I was gonna say is that it never goes away. I feel like even if you're like Yusuke Murata, like even he changed his art style where it's like he probably thinks he's not good enough yet.
Yeah.
And like so I feel like you're never gonna have that moment where you're like, man, I'm good.
That motherfucker's studying, bro. He on Twitter. He's doing art studies.
He studies a lot. You can tell he's not where he is.
Someone wrote, "How does dealing with loneliness affect your art?" From the Mini K. Damn, I think it is.
It can affect your art positively and negatively. At least from my experience. You know, I have written some of my best works that I probably never ever make in my deepest depression because it comes from such a real place. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm lonely. You know what I'm saying? But also the loneliness can affect your art because, you know, because obviously we're human, right? We need social interaction. And when you don't interact with others, you tend to get depressed. And when you're depressed, you tend to A, not want to work, or B, when you are working, it's like whether you're doing it or not, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, you're not putting your best foot forward. Personally, when I'm really down in the deep end, when I'm trying to draw, it's just not coming out as good as it would be if I was in a much better place. You know what I mean? But also sometimes when I'm down horrendous in my feelings, I be making some bangers, whether it's art or writing. For example, recently I drew this chick from Avatar, Azula, when I was like feeling like frustration and anger with life, and that character is very angry and frustration, and I kind of got to pour that into the artwork, and I really liked it. And you know, it came out it had more personality than most of my other artworks did, at least to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a good question. Jesus.
I just feel like I feel like you just gotta surround yourself with people that like motivate you.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm glad that like we talk every once in a while and like there's other mutuals on like just like making an excuse to talk to more people.
Yeah.
Like helps with that loneliness.
It's good. Like don't like to say I'm like the biggest I hate human beings person. Like I don't like people. Like I like being by myself. I dead ass do. But I still get lonely, bro. Like we all still need, you know, some type of human interaction. So definitely have that kind of support system. Like I have Third and I have Lee and I have Monitor. I have my whole Discord server if I get really, really, really bad. So you don't just want to be completely lonely, you know, even though it might result in some banger art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody else had like a follow-up. Forgettable Otaku said, how harmful is the tortured artist trope? I can't draw when I'm depressed. So this idea really confuses me.
I don't really understand the question. Like, what are they asking?
I think they said like, I can't draw when I'm depressed. So how do you like deal with that if you're like always all this stress is on you? Like
yeah, that's
how would you work? The way I have a cutthroat answer. I'm always the Simon Cowell, where I'm like, comics isn't for everyone. So like the publisher doesn't care at the end of the day, right? You just gotta hand it in. So like my blunt advice is do whatever makes you comfortable, but like also keep your expectations realistic in that kind of sense.
Yeah. That's a good answer. I pretty much agree with that. When I can't draw when I'm depressed, who cares? The comic has to drop anyways, so I still draw. You know what I mean? It's like, and if you can't power through it, maybe what Monitor said might be valid. Maybe it's just not for everybody. Because at the end of the day, you think Kohei Horikoshi isn't depressed? Bro, he's got the worst fan bases in human history, bro. I'm pretty sure that man is depressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he keeps dropping them chapters anyway because they don't care. They're not gonna like, you know, they're not gonna like, okay, you take your time, darling. You come back when you're ready. You know, it sucks that that's the answer, but it is what it is, man.
I like this question. Someone said, did you guys feel like your following getting bigger changed the people around you? I kind of felt that.
Yeah, I felt that. That's one of my mutuals. Very good artist, by the way. Lewis, I think. Monitor, you want to give a more in-depth answer? You said you felt it. Like, how?
I know that's what they wrote. They wrote, I think I felt it.
Okay. Well, personally, I think so. Not like in a bad way. It's not like I'm surrounded by a lot of snakes who just want to use me for clout. I'll be honest. I've noticed there's some people in there that are like that. Like they only seem to pop up when there's something to gain, like social media clout or numbers wise. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are some people in there, but for the most part, my circle did change in the sense of like, I'm now surrounded with more surrounded around more content creators. Like I've got a lot of YouTubers in my circle now who don't even make manga, you know. But because I have like a following, it's like, hey, we fuck with that guy.
And it's like a similar niche, right? Like you're all making videos, you're all trying to be online and like like
manga tubers. A lot of manga tubers follow me on Twitter, especially like people who I don't even low-key watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they have like followings, and it's like, okay, well, it's like it's a mutual respect type of thing. Like it's how fucking, I don't know, Sniper Wolf follows PewDiePie, but they probably never even spoke before. That's just an example.
Yeah.
It's like that, you know.
What I wanted to say is that like I know Michael B. Jordan in an interview for Creed said that when he wanted to be a actor when he was younger, everybody laughed. And now that he's an actor, everyone thinks it's cool. Like that one interviewer who like used to bully him, like wanted to interview him.
She called him corny. Oh, that shit was so satisfying seeing him get that revenge, because that's me.
I feel like that like happened like to me a little bit, where it's like when you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try and make YouTube videos. When you have 10 subscribers, everyone's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then like you get 100 subscribers and they're like, yeah. And then you start getting 10,000 and like, huh? And they're like, oh, hi. And then like you start getting 50,000. It's like, oh, you're doing so good. Like, when can I come on the YouTube channel? Like, oh, that's
so it'd be like that. I guess I don't know. I don't want this episode to be too long, but have you ever had somebody in real life react to what you do? Monitor?
Yeah, I say I'm a graphic designer when I meet new people.
Bro, because like people always have to force it out of me because it's never good enough when I say I'm an artist. I should start saying graphic designer. That makes more sense. I feel like
I'm like, yeah, I work with clients and I like do things and hand it to them, and like I work with like companies and like it's like a white lie, but like I don't want to be like I don't want to be like, bro, I draw anime girls for a living.
I pretty much dig myself because like I see people and I'm like, okay, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm an artist. It's like, oh, you're an artist, so like you make money off of that? I'm like, yeah, I draw. And it's like, how do you make money off of that? I'm like, I work with clients. It's like, how do you get clients? They keep digging. Like, it's never just enough, at least for me. I end up just saying, okay, fine, I'm technically an influencer. And they're like, oh my God, you have followers? And
that's the weird part too. When you tell them you have followers, it's
they perk up, bro. It's well, I'll tell the story in a different episode. But there was one girl. Oh man, I'll tell. There was one girl. I'm not gonna say anything besides that. I'll talk about that another episode. But do we want to take any more questions, or is there anything else?
DD Mark's Tinder bio is like 70K on YouTube.
No, I don't flex that shit. Hell no, bro.
7 million reads asking me about it.
I have 7 million reads. Talk to me. Oh God, on my side. All right. Did anybody else have any other questions they wanted to ask from these pilot questions?
No, I'm done.
All right. Third's pretty much tired. I can hear it in your voice, man.
Yeah, I think
I'm scared. I'm focused on drawing something.
Yeah, it is what it is. What it is. It's almost 12 p.m. here. Damn, that's nice. We got an episode recorded before it was midnight. All right, man. I guess Third, you want to close the episode for us? You want to thank Monitor and everything, and then end the episode?
You can do it. Yeah, I think you just did.
All right, fine. I'll do it. I pretty much already did it. Okay. All right, everybody. That's pretty much gonna wrap it for this episode. We appreciate all the questions that we got. We didn't get to answer a lot of them because it was a lot of questions. And I also want to say a huge shout out to the Chris Broad of this goddamn podcast, Monitor Comics. Monitor, thank you so much for being a guest on our podcast again, and we look forward to having you in the future multiple times.
Thank you.
Yes,
I will be back.
Yes, sir. And the next time you come back, we'll talk about the whole money thing because that's a whole topic right there. That's very important.
True.
Yes, sir.
That's true.
All right.
Financial.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in for this episode of the Artcast podcast. I think this is episode 14 or 15 or 16. I don't know. All right, y'all. It's been real.
Yeah, man.
Say bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.